student, as you know, we are doing chapter executive, and we have already done the types of executive, meaning of executive, presidential governments, semi-presidential government, and parliamentary government in detail, and the difference between political executive and permanent executive. Today we will do that India adopted parliamentary system of government. Okay, parliamentary system in which the head of the state is president, the head of the government is prime minister, and the president has nominal power, but president gets the power, but not used by, but power not used by the president, but these power used by the prime minister of India. Okay, why India adopted the parliamentary executive in India? First of all, familiarity with the system. Before independence, the administration of the India was running by according to the Act 1919 and 1935, and all the constitution makers were very familiar with this parliamentary system, and they wanted, and they had the experience of it, and so they adopted the parliamentary system in India. Okay, second is responsible government. Responsible government, while making the constitution maker wanted such type of government that is that would be according to the aspiration of people, the government that would be welfare government. So for the welfare of the people, they adopted the parliamentary executive in India. And third one is prevent despotism. Despotism means to give power to a absolute power, mean or absolute person. Okay, it means you can say that if India adopted the presidential government, and in presidential government there is a little bit of personality cult. It means if the head of the state is dominating, that no one can ask question to him, and he is not responsible to anyone. So the constitution maker did not want to give all the power to a single person. That's why they adopted parliamentary system of parliamentary executive in India. Okay, we are doing Indian executive system. At national level, president, prime minister, council of minister, and civil servants. And at state level, governor, chief minister, council of minister, and civil servants. All of you know that because you have already done this in your 10th class, in India adopted the federalism. Okay, federal system. It means center and state work separately. Okay, administration is at center level and state level. At center level there is president, and on the same position at state level is governor. Okay, and governor may be the governor of two states. Okay, and and there is a what you can say, that there is a convention that the governor can't be from its native state. ओके, मतलब जहाँ का वो रहने वाला है वहाँ से गवर्नर अपॉइंट नहीं हो सकता. ओके, एंड लाइक प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया एट सेंट्रल लेवल, इन स्टेट लेवल that is all the powers as chief minister, and council of minister at center level and council of minister at state level. Clear? And civil servant at state level, at center level, and civil servant at state level. Okay, and this is the Indian executive system, and we will start the president at first. Okay, and now we are doing page 83 of your book, first chapter executive, and parliamentary executive in India. We have already done that India has adopted the parliamentary system. Why adopted? Because parliamentary system was familiar to them, and they wanted a responsible government, and third is they wanted to prevent despotism. Okay, so that they adopted this system. Okay, clear? And according to this system, there is a president. Okay, in parliamentary form, there are many mechanisms that ensure that executive will be answerable to and controlled by the legislature or the people representative. So the constitution adopted the parliamentary system of executive for the government both as well as national and state level. National level and state level. At national level, there is president, prime minister, council of minister, and civil servant. And at state level, there is governor, chief minister, civil servants. Okay, and as you know, there will be a president and the prime minister and the council of minister. Now we are doing page 84, which run the government at the national level, and at state level, executive compromises the governor, chief minister, and the council of minister. Clear? And the Constitution of India vests the executive power of the Union formally in the President. All the functions at the central level will be for all India is done formally done by the President. In reality, the President exercises these powers through the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. The President gets the power, but the President do not use these power, but his power used by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. And the President is elected for a period of 5 years. टेन्योर कितना है? 5 ईयर. कितने टाइम के लिए अपॉइंटमेंट होती है प्रेसिडेंट की? 5 ईयर के लिए. एंड बट देर इज़ नो डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन बाय द पीपल फॉर द ऑफिस ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट. द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज़ नॉट इलेक्टेड by the people directly, but President of India elected by those people who are elected by you. Okay, who are elected by the citizen of India. Okay, the President of India elected indirectly. This means that the President is elected not by the ordinary citizen but by the elected MLAs and MPs. And this election take place in accordance with the principle of proportional representation with single transferable vote. I will give you this in detail. And the president can be removed from office only by the parliament by the following procedure for impeachment. Impeachment motion is a tough motion. It means the 2/3 majority, if 2/3 majority declared that, or plus the you have 28 state and more than half state prove that the president found the president guilty, then the president can be removed from the seat. But it is a very difficult motion, and this procedure requires a special majority as explained in the last chapter. The only ground for impeachment is violation of constitution. The president can be removed from his office, but only for what? If he is violating the constitution, if he is not performing his function, if he is not making his laws, if he is not performing the function according to the constitution, then the president can be removed from his seat. Okay, Article 74(1), there shall be a council of ministers with the prime minister at the head to aid and advise the president, who shall in the exercise of his function act in accordance with such advice, provided that the president may require the council of ministers to reconsider such advice, and the president shall act in accordance with the advice tendered after such reconsideration. Do you know what the word shall means here? It means that the advice is binding on the president. In view of controversy about the scope of the president's power, a specific mention was made in the constitution by an amendment that advice of the council of ministers will be binding on the president. By another amendment made later, it was decided that the president cannot, at first it was mandatory, compulsory, but next amendment by another amendment, it was decided that the president can ask the council of ministers to for advice, but it up to the president, he is accepting that advice or not. Okay, clear? So what we have done on this page, important: administration at two level, central level and state level. Okay, president elected for 5 years. Okay, and removed by president elected indirectly, not directly. Not president is not elected by the citizen of India. President is elected by the MLAs and MPs, the MLAs and MPs who are elected by you. Okay, and the president can be removed by impeachment motion procedure. Okay, and next is the president can ask for the उसको क्या बोलते हैं, ask for the suggestion from council of minister, but it up to the president that he is accepting that suggestion or not. Okay, with the President of India, and according to Article 52 there shall be a President of India, and Article 53 provides the executive power of the Union shall be vested in President and shall be exercised by him directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the Constitution. It means the President will use his power but with the help of his subordinate officers. Subordinate officers, you can say that Prime Minister or Council of Ministers. And the Indian President is the head of the executive but uses the power of the executive under the advice of the Council of Ministers. Okay, because India has adopted the parliamentary system and the Council of Ministers are responsible to the Parliament, and the President is indirectly elected. All of you know that President is not directed by the citizen of India. It is he is indirectly elected by the MLAs or MPs, but the MLAs or MPs are elected by the people of India, the citizen of India. That's why they are answerable to them. Okay, so all the advices given by the Council of Ministers to the President for the administration of India. Now, the qualification of the office of President. Qualification means if the person who want to be the President of India, these are the qualification for him. सब उस क्या होना चाहिए? According to Article 58 provide for the qualification of President, and the state that the following qualification should be fulfilled by the candidate. First of all, he should be the citizen of India. Who contests the election of President, he should be the citizen of India, and his age should not below 35 years. Age must be above of 35 years. He should be qualified for an election as a member of House of the People. House of the People means Lok Sabha, Parliament. A person shall not be eligible for the election as President if he hold any office of profit under the Government of India or the government of any state or under any local or other authority subject to the control of any of the said government. It means the person who is contesting the election for the President is not a government officer, is not a government employee. If such a person gets elected to the office of President, who is the member of either House of the Parliament or is the member of some state legislature, then the day when he assumed the office of the president, his membership of parliament or state legislature would lapse. If the person who is the member of parliament won the election of president, then he would have to leave the seat in the parliament immediately. Okay, so today we had done first of all the why India adopted the parliamentary system, and now the executive system in India. And in this executive system in India, president is on the top officer at the national level. So we are starting with president of India. Okay.